Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. We're going to get started in a couple of minutes. Today, you will see that we have changed some colors and some styles. It's because we're going to be talking about Etsy and the new features we released last week, and we are now presenting to you on these live sessions. So, as always, we look forward to you getting your questions answered and also get inspired to work on your own stores. And today, we're going to be showing you what we have created for new Etsy stores. So, let's get started. My name is Josema, and I'm Customer Success Manager at Customily, and I'm the host of these live sessions. The main goal today, in particular, is to see how Customily works with Etsy stores in our newest update. We will see how to install and connect the app, how the customization of products works on this platform, and how you can create brand new products directly from Customily. We have a live chat open, and my teammates are here as well, so you can ask questions along the way, and they will be answering them on the chat. Some questions might be answered over my presentation, and if some questions are left unanswered during the live session, don't worry, as we will be sending you an email right after with more elaborated answers if those were needed. Okay, so first of all, let's get started. As some might know, Customily has been working with Etsy so far for many years, but we have now developed a lot of new tools, and the idea today is to present to you how to connect with them. Also, those newcomers will learn step by step what do you need to do to use the best of our tool. So I'm going to start this live session with some basics and some traveling to the past. So let me show you my screen. Let's go back to when we wanted to sell a customizable product on Etsy. Okay, and in this example, you will see, okay, how can we personalize something that we are selling on Etsy. You will recognize the mechanics of, for example, getting something personalized. You need to type in the options, names, choices, and more info into the description area. So, for example, you will need to type the name without any way of knowing if you made a typo, reference to the ST1 because that was the hairstyle, the K for the skin color and stuff. Where would you get all that information that you need to somehow imagine and process? From the images and the catalogs you see here on the gallery. So you will see all these options with the codes and everything, the color codes and stuff, and you will need to somehow put this together in your head and describe this for the merchant to be able to build up the entire file, send out the proof, and then fulfill. Okay, imagine this was how we were doing this so far. You needed to browse through all these different images and really can't be certain how they look together. So this was a very time consuming and prone to error system. Now imagine, on the other hand, that you can quickly buy this product and comfortably personalize it later while previewing how it will look in the end. That's what Customily does. So you will have a common listing, and you can add to cart, you can check out, you can purchase this, and later you can submit your customization using a different page that is from Etsy, and you will see all the tools and the potential of Customily. So for those that are not familiar with what Customily is as an app itself, well, Customily provides you with a live preview of what you're trying to customize, and also with the options, okay, that you can interact with. So your customers will interact with options. In this case, we have number of friends is the only option we have, but we can click on free friends, and then we can get to see all the options that are jumping in out of our choice. Okay, so with every interaction, this preview will change and will give you a realistic example of how your customization will look on the product, how the product will look in the end. And we can type text, we can select from different images, from categories of different options and graphics, in this case hairstyles or clothing colors, as well as pants. Keep typing other names. Like this. And build up our customization. Not only that, Customily will give you this preview, but also this information will be replicated on a ready-to-print file. So imagine just how many steps you have been saved using this app. You're not only saving time on the back and forth messages with customers and sending proofs, you are also saving time later when you want to fulfill that order. Okay, so this preview is done by loading a template on the page as well as the options. And these two elements are created in Customily. You can use the app if you're building your store from scratch or beginning the process of selling personalizable products on an existing Etsy store. And for both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. And we're going to get deep into that and reference you to other tutorials as well, so we don't dwell too much on so many options. But it's important that you know that you don't need to have a blank Etsy store. You can have your existing store and still use Customily to start transforming your listings into customizable products that will be that will have this behavior right after you purchase them. Okay, now to use Customily on your Etsy store, you first need to subscribe to the app. So let me guide you step by step, and we're going to get back to some of these examples. The first thing that I will recommend doing is going straight to our website, customily.com. Here you will see that we have integration with pretty much any platform on the e-commerce industry, and we have developed the best tools for Shopify and now for Etsy. In fact, you can click right here in Try It Now on Etsy, and it will take you straight to the Etsy pricing page. You will be able to see, okay. I was going to talk about this at the end, but the pop-up just smashed into my head. Check out this. We have a launching promo in July, and the first month will be 50% off. Okay, we're going to go through all the features available on this new Etsy plan, but you will start to see some similarities. You will see that actually this new Etsy pricing is exactly the same as we have for Shopify. We have all the same features, you see that there. I'm going to cover them later, but we have the same pricing structure, we have the same trial, we have the same fulfillment options for different print on demand providers. We have all the 2.0 features, including maps, star maps, layouts, and many other features that are coming along with this, but also the free clip art and the designs. So this is a huge jump into the Etsy world by the hand of Customily. Okay, bye for now. In this pricing page, you will see the details of what's involved in this particular pricing and structure. You will see all the features available. You can even calculate the final cost, and in the end just try for free like this, because in the end we always start off for free. You will be taken to this checkout page. So all you have to do is fill in your payment method information and all the details, and Click here to start your trial. The moment you click here, you'll be taken to the sign up page, which is something like this. In here, you will put in your data and your store information so you can create your new Customily account. So in the e-commerce platform, we're going to select Etsy. Check out how many we have. So never sure what's coming next. Then you need to put the e-commerce URL, the company name, and all this data. Fill in the captcha and sign up. The moment you sign up, your Customily account is created, okay? And you will receive an email with these confirmation details. An email will look like this. You will see this, welcome to Customily. And well, this is a sample that I grabbed, but it's exactly the same, but it's personalized to you. You will have a lot of links and you will see a lot of useful information on um, how to connect to Etsy. We're going to see that right now. And always be here to check out our latest content. Our team will verify your subscription and activate the app on this newly created account. And once that is set up, you are all set to launch into Customily as it is. So how does Customily work on Etsy? Remember, first of all, that Customily offers personalization preview but post-purchase. This is very important to keep in mind as it is how things work on Etsy. And later I will give you some tips on how to make the most of this. In our latest update, you will be able to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. And those starting your stores from scratch will have more interest in how this new update will behave on Etsy because you will be able to choose directly from a print-on-demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your Etsy store, all from the Customily app. Also, with the print-on-demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated, and this means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready-to-print file will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for fulfillment and shipping. Another interesting feature is the free access to Customily's design libraries. And this means that you can find designs ready to use and sell, or you can use this exclusive clipart collection to create your own art. Now, notice that my speech is a bit similar to what we have been talking about on Shopify recently, and that's because we have now integrated both platforms into the same interface. So you not only get to have your Etsy store, but you can also have your Shopify store and have them all together on the same account with different subscriptions, of course, because they are different platforms. But you will be able to start sharing your templates, your options, your settings. You'll be able to manage everything into one single interface. It's going to be really fast, really easy. And whatever listing you set up on Shopify, you can see how they perform and just pick that information and create a new listing on Etsy because that's what's trending. And you'll have those simple 2 free steps that will save you a lot of time and provide you with the same tools for both platforms. So we have now become, with this new release, a cross-platform app, and we are really proud of that. So sorry if I repeated the speech, but I wanted you to be certain that we're talking about the same Shopify features that some of you know so far, or in case you wish to also open a Shopify store, you will get these same features. Now, if we go to the interface, like I said, all Shopify users will find that recognizable because it's actually the same now, and you can manage stores the same way you have been doing with Etsy. So when you start off to create a new product, you'll be sent out to here. Now, this is the main page and the main store of Customily. And check out this. Right now, you will be able to see here in this blue section over here, your store URL. Right now, you see my Customily 20 myshopify.com, but if I open this drop down, I can see, or you will be able to have multiple stores, including your Etsy. And now you are in the Etsy store and you can start creating and managing stuff inside your Etsy store. Now, those that are starting off with Customily, this is the main interface, and here's where you can start finding all the necessary tools. On the left side of the screen, you will see a menu with 6 main options. These 3 options are the main tools and the shortcuts to the 2.0 features, now both for Shopify and Etsy. Then here on the template section, you'll be able to create and manage your new templates, your existing templates, and those connected to listings on both Shopify or Etsy alike. In the libraries section, you'll be able to upload your own assets and organize them into color libraries, font libraries, vector, and image libraries. Then you will not longer see this section. You will see the store section. That's the number 6. Sorry about my customized menu. The store section will allow you to manage your stores and your products connected to Customily. You'll be able to check listing informations and product informations, preview them, and manage any other settings on the front end that will personalize the user experience a bit more. Okay, so now that we are familiar with the Customily interface, we're going to hit on this big Create New Product button and see what happens. On this page, you can start off by creating something. This is our POD providers available to integrate. And in order to fulfill using these POD providers, you will have to do a couple of steps in the case of Etsy. And let me show you how it works, because you can pick on any of these print-on-demand providers and pick their products. But what we have developed incredibly is the fact that you can fulfill with them automatically. Now, in the case of Shopify, you would go to a certain part of the settings and you would input the API key of your print-on-demand provider. Printful, Printify, or Shineon, any of those will have a unique API key, and you can integrate that into Customily. Now, if you're running now an Etsy store here, you will have to input those API keys again. Some of them, depending on the print-on-demand provider, will be the same as the ones you use for Shopify. Others will be brand new. So let's check out this. To integrate any of these print-on-demand providers, you need to go all the way up here and click on Settings. You will have 5 tabs and you need to go to Integrations. Now, very important, right now, I'm still navigating on my Etsy store. If I only have an Etsy store, I will have this empty, and all I have to do is pick, for example, my from the drop-down list, I will pick the POD I want to connect to, Shineon, click on Enable Integration, and it will show up all the way here. This field is ready for you to put the API key. Where is the API key? Well, you can click on this link and it will open our Help Center article about where to find the API keys of POD providers. This is very handy because here you will find them all and you can easily pick them up and copy them, put them back here, and very important, save the settings so it will turn green and everything will be integrated. Those who have Shopify, you will see that you can always change the store here. So that's very important because right now I had to put my my API keys for Etsy store, I will need to come here and you will see some of them will change. Why? Because the shop changes or the type of token changes. So check out that. And that will be the first step you need to take to integrate with Etsy and your PODs is select the store in the dropdown if you have more than one store, make sure it's the Etsy store and find the API keys for your Etsy store. Now, the second step you need to take is to add that POD as a production partner on your Etsy store. We have a really nice tutorial. If you also go to the Help Center, you will find this tutorial here that will guide you through how to add your POD as a production partner on Etsy. Otherwise, it will not connect the products for fulfillment. Basically, you can have the API key, so the files can be sent, but they will not be fulfilled until you have a production partner added to Etsy. I highly recommend that you take a moment to do these two steps before starting to create or connect listings. Because once you have these two steps created and manage all these API keys and production partners and stuff, whatever product you create using PODs will have the full connection done. Otherwise, if you later add the production partner, you will need to go to each listing and make the connection manual. So it's not that you will lose any progress so far, but you will have to do the job twice. So take a couple of minutes once you start off with Customily. Make sure you have an idea of the print-on-demand provider you want to use for fulfillment, and do these two steps. Put the API key on Customily and save the integration, and also go to Etsy following this tutorial and add the production partner. These two articles will be posted on the chat by my teammates. We're going to see how can we create and publish a product. We will try the new tools today by creating a new listing using an integrated print-on-demand provider. We're going to use a Customily design from our collection. And then we're going to give you some hints and some tips on the Etsy listing and optimizing the final customization page. But very important to see how this works. And again, you will be seeing a lot of stuff that you have seen so far on Shopify. So that's the great thing, and how familiar you will find with this. You will find yourself with this new Etsy upgrade. Okay, let's pick the right store. Even if you don't pick the right store, it's going to show you, it's going to ask you this. So it's going to be really handy because you don't get a chance to to make a mistake. So let's create a new product. Click on any print-on-demand providers, for example, Shinon. And we see the Shinon catalog of all integrated products so far. More to come, more to request if you want. And I'm going to pick this acrylic square plaque. Okay, this particular product has two types of variants, the lead base and the wooden base. We'll go with the wooden base. And once we pick the print area as the default, we're ready to click here next and pick our design. If you have your own designs, like you have seen before, you can pick from your collection, which is here in the My Designs area, or you can click here on Pick from Customily Designs. And you will see our over 200 designs available. These are really amazing, really interesting to explore. You have a search bar and you have a lot of categories. In this case, I'm going to try and replicate my initial example and go for the fall season examples. And check out this, up to 5 frames. Yeah, I like this one. So I'm going to click on this design. And you see now, because I have more than one store, let's say I have my Etsy and I also have my Shopify, I can pick in which store I want to create this new listing. I'm going to pick Etsy and hit OK. So now Customily will start working for you. It's going to create the new listing on Etsy. It's going to connect that listing to ShineOn. It's going to retrieve all the information of the product from the API, including the print area and the mockups. And also it's going to put this particular design that I selected into the print area and also into the mockup. So it will create a brand new template with the options and will put together everything in the Etsy um, in the Etsy listing with one unique difference. The Etsy listing will be a simple, common, and regulated listing from Etsy, and the template will be loading on a special different page that will be sent to you over email. And I'm going to show you right now how the customization works on Etsy. Now, once you reach this revision screen, you'll be able to play around with the customizable options and see how things will look for the customer. This is the exact page that will be sent to the customer who have purchased this product. Basically, right after the purchase, your customers gets an email from us with the link and the reminder to finish and submit your personalization. In this case, you will see an email like this. It will say, urgent, you need to complete your Etsy order customization. This comes from the Customily system, gives you a detail of what did you purchase, what did you pay for, and the order number just so you're certain. And then you can click on this link and go straight to this page. This will be a separate tab with a separate link that will be open for you so you can play around with the preview in the comfort of your home after you made the purchase while you were at work or someone did that for you. It doesn't matter because you can comfortably personalize this later and submit that personalization. So in this outside page of Etsy, you get the template and the options. And you can actually start off with, I don't know, with these free friends again. And let's do something like this. Yeah, let's see if everything is working. Like this and this. And try with something like that. Okay, these are the friends and everything, and I have this preview customization button. I can see that. Now check out this. I'm always capable of just grabbing this because I really like this image and click here to save this image as and put it in here, put it like Etsy LS listing, like that. Yeah, I'm going to save this. Why? Because in this revision screen, I can also do a couple of things. Once your customers click on submit personalization, that submission goes to your email as a merchant with the order stamp, and you are ready to process it. If all integrations are done, the print file of this personalization will go straight to ShineOn for fulfillment. And here are some great hints to make the most of this stage you are in Customily. For example, if you click here on Edit Product Details, you will have the same shortcut as we had for Shopify listings, in which you can change, for example, the title. I can put this the live session Etsy all besties acrylic Yeah, agree. Like that. Set a price to this, edit the description if I, and check out this. I can change the main product image because this is the main image. So if you see a blank image on the of the product, don't worry. That's the standard image of your listing. You can change that later on Etsy. Remember that personalizations happen after purchase. So here you can just edit the basics of the listing, like the name, the title, the price, description, and also we can actually change the main product image and grab our Etsy listing. This will save us a lot of time. And now whenever you create the listing, it will show this image and this name, this price, and this description. So let's save the product information. And yeah, we can start playing around with this, or we are ready to publish this on our Etsy store. So once you click publish, there's a couple of fail safes that the system will always remind you. In this case, for example, we didn't add the production partner on Etsy, meaning that Shine On right now is connected, but it's not able to fulfill. So you get this message that you can do that now. In fact, this tutorial link will take you to this article. Also, you can go straight to add that right away or hit not now, do that later. Like I said, if you don't do it right now, the product will still be published, everything will be connected and working, but until you do the production partner connection and you go to this listing and you do the connection manually, you will not be able to automatically fulfill. So to avoid these messages, do the API key and production partner addition first. That's my advice. And well, remember this. Once you have the production partner connected, this personalization will be available. It's very important also to pay attention to these messages because sometimes we kind of forget something. In this case, the first thing was the production partner, and the second is the API key. So because I say without putting any API key on that integration page we saw, I didn't save. So basically, I don't have the Shine integration yet. So this is a reminder that I can put my API key and finish the integration. I'm going to say not now, but rest assured that if you somehow miss these steps, they will show up as a warning so you know what you need to do to make things work perfectly. Now, this is the listing. This is the live session Etsy Fall Besties acrylic. I can purchase this, okay? It's going to send me this email that I need to click here and personalize. And the way I get to see how this link, this personalization link looks like, because remember, you are the merchant, you are in control of Customily, and you want to check out how things are looking on the front end. Remember, we have these free sections here to manage and create new products. And we have these templates, libraries, and store to manage whatever we have existing. What we have created now using 2.0 tools, or we have already working. So if I were to click on store, I will have these products, options, and settings, and I could go to products or link products, it's the same. And I will see my products. These are not my Etsy products. Why? Because I'm checking out my Shopify store. If I click on the arrow, I can pick Etsy, and I will find those products that are connected to Customily because they have a blue check mark. I can click on Show Products and filter those linked to Customily, and I will find the new one. If I don't find this, for example, the acrylic square plaque, I can always sync and make sure the last changes are reflected. In this case, live session, Etsy Fall Besties acrylic. If I click here, I will see the same interface as we have seen with Shopify. I can see which template is connected, which options, group of options or option set is connected, and if I want to see the listing and also I want to see the personalization page that will be connected to this email, I will just need to click on the eye icon and it will open two elements, the Etsy listing and the personalization page. So to summarize, I go to my Etsy listing, I like this, I purchase this, I get an email, I click on the personalized link and I go into this page. This page will allow me to play for hours with this and have my friends check this and all have fun making our characters, and in the end we are going to submit this and the order will be completed and ready to fulfill. A couple of extra hints. I gave you some tips about the reviewing stage that, and then I'm going to give you another example because you will see here that my listing is pretty dull. And truth be told, customers don't know everything that happens after you purchase. So I highly recommend that you make the most of this listing. This listing has to explain everything. So we have an example here of another customer that made the listing so it will reflect the process. So this is the product, the price and everything. And of course you have sizes because this is a canvas, but then they type in this in the description and the personalization. After making your purchase, you'll get an email with a special link. Click on the link to access our personalization page. And you can customize from that link your product however you like. So with this information, they made sure the customer understands the process. Not only that, they made most of the gallery. So they put a couple of, for example, you can add more media, like more examples, okay, like this, or something like this, or you can add a photo of the personalization page, like this. So you see, experience the convenience of personalizing the item and previewing the final product. Also, you can put a photo of the email you will get so they know what to expect, just like I showed you, with exact instructions of what's going to happen. Also, you can add more examples. I have this example of what you can do. We can provide you with this nice image without any product here, so you can customize this. It will be on the assets of the live session, and this will really simple: purchase, personalize, get it. As simple as that. And also, I mean, you could actually upload a quick video of you using the personalization page. Nothing is more graphic and clear than that. So if you make the most of your listing, you'll have a clear communication of what's going on. People will understand and they will purchase comfortably and safe, that they will get the email right after that. They will be able to customize and submit, and everything will be working perfectly well. So pictures of the email, we can actually make you a couple of these, and upload them to the our asset library. When you see the live session posted on YouTube, you will see a link on the description that will take you to a Google Drive. That's where you find all our live session assets, and we're going to send you this without any image, so you can edit that. And we're going to probably send you something similar to this, so you see the orders ready. So you will have the assets to quickly build up your gallery in a more advanced way. So that's a great question and a great request. Not only the instructions, but also the email. That would be great. This is the email on mobile, and this is the email on desktop. So we're going to be sharing both, so you get both assets. Now, if you want to double check how things work on Customily, how you can create products when you have your own designs, or when you don't have a POD fulfillment and you have your Etsy because you have your own workshop and your own uh, service and everything, that's how you use the rest of our tools. That's when you use my designs, when you use your my product bases, or if you have your products already published and working on Etsy, and you actually want to give the experience of the customization and avoid this kind of nightmares, then you can straight up create the templates, okay, and connect them to those listings on your store. Now, for this kind of processes, remember, we have tons of live sessions, and also my teams will be sharing this link with you. We have live sessions with a lot of example of products, a lot of example of tools being used and pushed to the limits. And so there's a lot of great ideas that you can pick from here, and this will show you how Customity works. Now, the great thing about today is, now that you saw these live sessions and you learn how to do this for Etsy, you can actually do this for Etsy, sorry, for Shopify. You can now do this for Etsy as well. And just think about other things you wanted to sell on Etsy and you were selling on Shopify. It's replicating these steps right for Etsy, and you'll be perfectly. Before I go or answer more questions, let me remind you about Customily Plus Etsy launching promo. The first month, 50% off, ends July 31st. So let's go fast into that. Remember, our new Etsy pricing structure is the same as Shopify's, the same trial period, the same features like automatic fulfillments and layouts, maps, and many more connections to PODs, the access to the clip art and designs from Customily, and more to come, because now Etsy and Shopify are holding hands and walking together with Customily. Yeah, please watch the other live sessions because it will complement everything we have seen and said today. I really hope you have things a bit clear now on how we are working on Etsy now. Remember also that we have an excellent support team that you can contact at support@customily.com. You can also open a live chat on the app. We have an open chat on business hours EST. And be sure to join our Facebook communities. We have over 1,000 members now. We're reaching milestones. It's really amazing because people share knowledge, ask questions, and get a lot of feedback. And it's really great because we get a lot of information there to build our live sessions and continue with this great experience. Okay, well, that's all for today. Thank you all for joining me and for joining us, my great team on the chat and behind the controls. See you on Thursday for the next live session. Have a great day.